Okay, you guys are gonna see live if I did this correctly. We're in the void for a second. Just ignore it.
We're in the void. It's cold here.
It's cold in the void.
It's cold. I spelled background wrong, but we're not gonna question
confirmed. It's cold in the void.
Why? Oh no, you still have the ramen cup on screen.
That's fine. That's fine.
Isn't that what that is?
She can stay there.
Okay. I gotta drag this. I gotta drag this down.
You gotta do the OBS thing. Yep. No, just you can't do that. You just,
Oh.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. We're all here. So you notice that like Misha is clipping over this coffee pot.
Yeah.
And, like Ruby is just in front of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, if I did this right, I might have to like adjust some things, but we should be good. Did it work? Hey, it kind of worked.
Kinda.
You can't see
Not
the.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ruby's looks better. I see.
Yeah. I also added
It's
some like
noticeable.
random blocks because you could vaguely see the blocks under the. I had like a thing that I was looking at.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I like it. It is better.
Yeah. I did it. Welcome on into this week's episode of Bark Bark Meow. I already forgot your guys' names. What was it? Beatrice, Bertha, and oh god, what was your name, Solace?
Oh, Ruby said
He looks like a Michael to me.
A Michael?
I'm definitely not a Michael.
He kind of, you know, now that I've met him
You're right.
in
You're more of a
person-
Michelle.
Well,
Ooh, Mitchell.
it's the beard.
Mitchell.
Mitchell. There we go.
Mitchell, but I gotta wear one of those like '80s stashes.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, this is Bark Bark Meow. This week's episode, we are following suit in actually talking about shit instead of just rambling for an hour and a half.
We have a topic. Jesus.
We do have a topic, believe it or not.
We talk about shit all the time.
I knew what to call this episode before we even started recording. That's how ready we are this week.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
the episode.
What?
I'm excited to see. I don't even want to hear what the. I don't even want to hear. I want to see it when it pops up on Friday.
I mean,
Well,
I'm about to say what the episode is called.
damn.
It's the Furry Fandom Drama Wheel. Or the Furry Fandom Wheel of Drama. One of those two.
It's
So-
a game show.
I still have the game show
Wheel
layout.
of Furry Fandom Drama.
Oh, Papa Barks, everybody. I still have the game show layout.
Yeah!
Yo.
Look at my amazing win!
We bringing it back.
We're
back.
so back. No, we're going back to the...
Now, the surprising thing is we have an actual wheel.
We do have a wheel. I do not have a way to display the wheel, unfortunately. But
Yes, you do.
I do.
How do you not have some sort of display capture or window capture?
Oh my god. Oh fucking...
Misha, it takes 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
It's not hard.
There's also like OBS. Like I have a wheel.
I'm assuming you put it in the Google, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just crop it. There you go.
I'm getting... Editing Misha censored.
Oh, look at all those
My browser.
porn links up there. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, you know me.
I mean,
Alright.
I don't know why you're trying to even embarrass them. That's almost like a flex.
That's just, yeah. Right.
Is
500?
furry sexual.
Oh. 450? No.
Is there not a pop-out?
I don't know.
You had all day.
That's not fair,
My whole
Solus.
plan was not to use this shit-ass wheel on the screen. I prepped everything else. I was ready.
How are we going to talk about a wheel and not show a wheel?
There is an OBS wheel plug.
Misha, we're stupid.
We've done this before.
Misha.
What?
Mark Sparks told us about it. The control, click and drag. Remember?
Oh my god, wait. Yeah. You're so right.
Oh God, yes.
No.
Uh-oh.
It was shift,
No,
I
It must
think.
be. It
was
must be.
shift?
Oh.
No, it
Oh.
was.
There's a different one. There must be
No,
a different
is it-
one.
No, he taught us how to
Alt?
do it.
It's alt. But
Alt.
cropping
You
it in
messed
the
up-
filter.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta extend its height again.
You could even make it transparent by taking the black out. Don't do that. I'm just saying.
No, I just remember Mark's telling us that, and I was like, "Wait, this is such a fucking what?"
All right, where do we put the wheel?
I would just put it in the middle and then like up front. We don't need to leave it on the screen because people are mostly listening to this, I think.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
have
yeah,
it spin right here.
I think you just make it big, spin it, and then you can just hit the little eye toggle.
We wheeled it in. Just real quick. All right.
Hold on.
Are we ready to
More
spin it?
Talk about calling it in.
I'm gonna spin the wheel. So, this will likely be a 2-part episode because we have 11 topics.
Honestly, I think it'll just be a continuous episode.
I think it's I hate
part
to say this,
2,
Misha.
part 3.
There's gonna be
Alright.
many throughout the next couple of years of Bark Bark Meow.
Our first topic is
100 years, Bark Bark Meow.
consension etiquette. I didn't. Oh, it's Furry Raiders actually.
Well, Furry
That's a
Raiders.
crazy-
Furry
that's a crazy snipe.
Raiders!
Let me.
Yeah.
Okay, first
As
of all,
somebody who
get rid of that.
has been
We fixed the spelling on
attacked.
convention. So
Yeah, shall we start with that? Shall we start with you, Solus?
It's been just a little
Yeah.
bit over a year now.
wait, you like actually got attacked?
No,
Well,
no,
Twitter,
no.
Twitter.
Oh,
No.
oh, right, duh, yeah, okay.
I mean, technically, yes. I got mass reported by Furry Raiders because I said that we should start beating bigots and racists again. And Furry Raiders don't like that, so
No,
they
They happen
self-reported
to be-
themselves because they called me a threat, and they went to Elon Musk in a mass report style and got me banned off Twitter for violent speech.
it's
So-
crazy. They happen to be mostly racist, so they took very much offense to that.
Oh yeah. So the Furry Raiders, right? It's weird. As a furry drama thing, it's kind of a consistent thing. Alt-right, Nazi, racist furries on. Well, it's mostly on Twitter because Twitter is definitely a space for those kind of
God.
individuals
It's
now.
gotten so much worse.
Elon facilitates it is the
Yeah.
problem. Well, like people like me get banned, and I was like in opposition to that. So yeah, if you get rid of their opposition, it's their safe space now. It used to be like Facebook groups. Now it's just Twitter. But yeah, so almost if you go looking for it, there's probably something monthly that the Furry Raiders or the Nazi furries have done.
I'm looking for their
They
account
suck. They just
because,
suck.
like,
But I don't know if you've heard anything about Free for All, if that's still continuing or not.
oh no,
or if
no,
it's dead.
no! I made a post recently. I quote tweeted their announcement for 2024 way back in 2023, and I quote tweeted it like a week ago, and I was like, "Hey, just checking in on this." Because the
Yeah.
account has just been radio silent since then.
Yeah, because
Uh,
they were supposed to have a 2024 event and it hasn't happened. And it
Yeah.
hasn't been announced.
It
right?
was cyberpunk themed, yeah.
What would alt-right furries be in cyberpunk? Like in like
Nazis.
the future, it just doesn't.
Cyber Nazi.
They're not
Cyber
Nazis.
Nazis.
It'd be more like Wolfenstein than fucking cyberpunk at that point.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
baby. You understood? I feel so
Um,
seen.
No, so
Dude, no way. Sorry to interrupt, but for real, Mason was playing Wolfenstein once and had like I forget if somebody was, I think it was a coworker, and they were talking about how they were playing Wolfenstein at home, and someone goes, "Oh, the new Wolfenstein is so political." And Mason's telling the story to me and Andy are like aghast because we're like, "Bro, the whole game is punching Nazis."
yeah,
What do you mean
wait,
if the new one is political?
wait, what?
It's like, the person was talking to Mason and they were like, "Oh, the new
Oh.
Wolfenstein is so political. Like it's too woke for me."
I found out why I can't find the Furry Raiders on Twitter.
Oh,
They're suspended.
what? That's surprising.
Apparently, the
That's
account was
shocking.
suspended.
Also-
Yeah.
Those people have said some off the wall shit.
So let's go to Blue Sky. See if they're on Blue Sky.
They are on Blue Sky. I made a post about it. Like,
Wait, they haven't been denied yet?
I don't think so. I don't know. But anyway,
Check right now. Check live.
I do want to say
I googled, I searched featured Furry Raiders, and shout out to Rezi being the first post I see. And it's about Elon Musk and the whole getting confirmed as a baby for or not thing that we just talked about.
Why is that the first
Um,
result?
Because I believe it involves them dead naming their child and then calling them dead because the woke mind virus killed their child.
Wow.
Shit, that it's involved with that. Wow, top. Wait, what? Maybe it's just catching furry because now I'm seeing VTubers and stuff.
Yeah, I'm also seeing that. I'm not seeing result. Anyway, I do
People.
want to say, like, on the surface level,
Oxler's still on here.
if you see, like, the Furry Raiders account, or you, like, see the members, they have a very friendly persona online. And that's how they get you into their groups.
That's
Like,
very
Oh wait,
true.
You see
actually,
this so
Foxler,
often.
the Foxler account, which is the correct account, is actually an account created by somebody who took it as a place and literally says this profile exists to inform others of his danger. So
That's good.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
did that with
I know they took
Cassidy.
Foxler. They weren't quick enough about on Furry Raiders, but there's like Furry Raiders X or
Yeah.
something, which is similar.
Yeah, they try to, like...
that was back when Blue Sky had codes and people were
Yeah.
able to use their codes to prevent the Furry Raiders from getting their typical handles.
Yeah. No, they try to, like, keep this friendly persona online to make it seem like, oh, we are such a wonderful, accepting group. We cannot show any imagery. They will instantly copyright strike our video. I've seen other creators go through this, so we can't show you what I am talking about, but they literally wear, like, their sonas wear red armbands with a paw print on it, very similar to a certain other group that wore red armbands with a symbol on it, you know? So, like,
They will deny it up and down that
They
they're
will.
not Nazis. But Foxler, the white fox, who it has shown, like, he said things like, I love my white fur. And whether he's being satirical or not, it's not funny. He genuinely tried to join a Nazi organization and was kicked out because he's gay.
right?
Yeah.
Like, leopards eating people's faces, that whole deal. The leopards won't
It's-
eat my faces.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
I think he's... Oh, go ahead.
nah, it's just one of those things where they don't they advocate for certain things and like you were saying, Misha, they try their best to like put on their best showing to be like, no, we're not that bad. But we all know it. If you guys don't know it, it's really easy to go look up what the Furry Raiders have done in the decades of bullshit.
Oh, yeah. It's all documented.
What was it, Rocky Mountain FurCon or whatever?
Rocky Mountain
Oh,
FurCon,
I
yes.
was there.
All of that stuff. You
To
can
me, the old magic guy was there when it was written.
Ruby, my friend Mex and I are doing a video about, like, furry fandom, like, furry convention icebergs, and we need info on Rocky Mountain FurCon.
I was not only at Rocky Mountain FurCon, I was at the last rainforest.
Yeah, I'm gonna need info on those.
Okay, there's
Anyway,
that, and you can
not the
also
You
topic.
can do a little side interview, and you can add it to your video if you want.
Yeah, maybe not today, but at some point.
Yeah, not today. I got no energy today. I'm really... what's the opposite of phoning it in?
Emailing
no,
it
you would be
out.
phoning it in. Phoning it
Faxing
in
it
is
out.
you're just you're here, but you're just putting in the basic effort.
No, I think phoning it in is like calming yourself down. Like
No. So actors
Phone it
will
in.
call phoning it in as, oh, we're gonna pay you a good contract, and you just show up and be the actor that you are.
No. I
Like-
googled it. Okay, phoning it in means you're not putting in your best effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not phoning it in right now. This is my maximum
Oh, it's
enthusiasm
locked
right
in.
now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
I thought you were saying-
no,
You
I meant
no energy, but you're putting in your max effort. What?
I mean, what's the opposite of phoning it in?
I said
Uh,
emailing it out. I don't know.
Performing your best.
Mailing it out. I'm like, all right, you get one of these.
So yeah, Furry Raiders, not great people. If you don't believe us, because we are just three people talking, there is a plethora of evidence out there of like the awful things they did.
Yes, and we always encourage people to do their own research.
Yes, 100%.
But we'd like to think that we don't talk about things that we're not pretty fucking certain of. But we are human and we do make mistakes. And
Yeah.
sometimes we speak about topics before like all of the evidence has come out. But when it comes to the Furry Raiders, it is
Oh, God.
pretty.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's what I'm saying
it's
is
shipped, it's sent. We
there's-
all know what this is about.
There's plenty of screenshots of their Telegram groups and conversations where they've said some god awful things.
I was just about to
And
mention.
They're confirmed, so.
Oh yeah, they're proud of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't need to say alleged.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so not good people to be around. Not good people. You know, if someone says they have interest in the Furry Raiders, distance yourself from them. It's not good. All right, shall we move
This
on?
is for all you new furries out there that are catching this episode that don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we spin it to wheel.
Our next topic. We got convention
mom.
etiquette. Ruby, this one's you.
Oh,
What is this one?
Convention etiquette.
you just said
Oh
that.
wow!
Yeah, you're like, oh, I gotta add this to the wheel because I think
Yeah.
it's new. So why is it new, Ruby?
So I think it's new, and here's my thought process. When I was growing up, back in my day,
Shut up.
when I was growing up, I'd go to conventions and people would teach me the etiquette, and it was kind of this spoken thing, but also there were usually signs and shit, and you can still see the ghosts of convention etiquette whispering amongst the cons. I think this is a two-part thing. I think one, conventions got way bigger, way faster than anyone anticipated. Two, COVID fucking happened, so shit ton of people stopped going to conventions, especially the ones that would be most willing to perform etiquette, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Those people went to conventions less and less, while people who are more willing to be a little bit more stuffy and selfish and shit like that went to conventions more and more. I think that was another part of it. And another part, I think, because of COVID as well, so many new furries came up, and when they were going to conventions, like their first 22, 23, 24, there was no word of mouth because a lot of the people who did convention etiquette and would tell you about it weren't really around to talk about it. So all of a sudden here in 2024, when people are like, oh, and they'd say like a little etiquette that they grew up with, newer furries or more selfish furries who haven't had to do that for like 5 years are like, what the fuck? I don't want to do that. And then it causes huge debates on Twitter.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
surprised. Like, if I had a nickel, I'm surprised I have more than 2 nickels.
Honestly, this entire wheel could be summed up to it causes huge debates on Twitter.
That is so true.
The furry drama almost exists exclusively on furry Twitter. I mean, there are some bigger subjects.
That is so
make it
not
outside
true.
of furry Twitter.
Fur Affinity is the drama wheelhouse.
Fur Affinity
Oh.
doesn't exist.
Wait,
I
how does
choose
that
not to
work?
believe in
It's
Fur Affinity.
alive journals.
No.
People make journals and
Yeah,
they
but
link each other's
they're not-
journals.
It's a lot harder, I think, to do journal drama than it is to have like a social media drama.
You
Fur
would be
Affinity-
surprised. You'd be so shocked.
I'm
Fur
not on
Affinity
Fur
looks
Affinity. I
awful.
don't know.
Yeah,
Fur Affinity is mostly used by adult artists. I think that's the reason.
that's
yeah,
the only
I know.
reason I go
Well,
on
and
it.
that's the thing is most people use it as a gallery, literally a gallery, and
Like one of my favorite adult artists literally just put like a GoFundMe for an emergency they had, and they linked their Twitter to their Fur Affinity journal.
oh boy.
I'm just
Wow.
saying that it happens. Like,
Yeah, it's just those are like the two big places. And weirdly enough, TikTok has been kind of throwing their hat. In the ring
TikTok
of-
loves
TikTok-
drama.
My algorithm doesn't show me too many of them, but I've seen a
God.
couple of the. I honestly think they were pretty bad takes, and I'm like, wow, TikTok, I'm not gonna interact with this because
This
I
is
don't
so
want
cool.
to see more of it.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, I will say I mean, people are opinionated, and they sure enough put that opinion on TikTok.
yeah. There's a weird influx of furries on TikTok that are like, kink is bad and anything NSFW, ew. And it's like, let's not. We'll get more into that later because that's one of the things on the
Yeah,
wheel.
that's
But
what I'm
like,
saying. We gotta keep
man,
focused.
oh,
So remember, convention etiquette. You walk up to fursuiters and slap them in the muzzle.
oh, dude, have you seen that? You might not have. I don't know if it got posted to Blue Sky, but there was a video of a kick streamer at a big con, and they approached a fursuiter that was like, I think they were like resting, And the person was like, hey, can I interview you? Blah, blah, blah. And the person was like, no, you can't. Like, don't walk up to us, you know, people like half in their fursuits, because they might have been in like the headless lounge or something. And it was
Well, if
one
they're
of the
in
like,
headless lounge, that's a big etiquette thing. You're not
yeah,
supposed to film or take photos in the headless
yeah.
lounges.
It was one of those IRL.
That's
like,
another fursuit etiquette thing, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
it
mean,
was
it's
one of
even
those like,
it's usually on the even like
well, that's
the
what
banners
I'm
and
talking
shit.
about. That there are
See it.
banners and stuff, but a lot of people don't take that shit seriously anyway. Like there are banners that say fursuiters first at FC for the elevators, and everybody ignores that.
Okay, back to what Misha wanted to say.
yeah, it was one of those like IRL kick streamers that are always causing problems. And like the fursuiter was like giving them shit because they were just like demanding an interview and blah blah blah. And the person was like, I'm not gonna answer your questions. And the person was like, furries fucking suck. And it's like, okay, yep. It was one of those that was just like, yeah, I don't know why I got on that tangent. It was just really cringe to see like,
I mean,
just
I saw it
fucking-
at Anthrocon.
yeah, it's so bad.
There was during the block party while we were out there. There was just these two dudes walking around with their little like stream setup, like on their phones, and they're just like walking around with the phones pointing towards themselves, obviously, and they're just going, "What the fuck is going on?" And they're just like making a big stink of it, and they're trying to get some people to talk to them, but. I will say most of us just I wanted to tell them to fuck off, but I was like that gives them attention.
Yeah.
So we all just a lot of us. I think one person they tried to like approach, and that the person was like nope, and
yeah,
they're like what the fuck? Why won't anybody talk to us? Because you're being obnoxious idiots.
Yeah,
like,
if any of those like IRL streamers come up to you, or like people looking to make videos that are obviously to mock the community, just don't interact with them.
That's my thing. Like, I'm down to talk to somebody who wants to be genuine, but that's it. Be genuine and not an obnoxious idiot.
Yeah.
But that's not going to get you clicks. So
no.
I get it. So I'm just going to ignore you and keep having fun at my block party.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it is crazy what should be generally consensus, like con etiquette. Don't randomly glomp people. Don't pick people up without asking. You know, a lot of consensual things. Because almost 90% of it or more is on consent. And people will argue against it. It's like that, but like I would say, I guess con etiquette, and this could also fall into a different category on its own when it comes to the Furry Drama Wheel, breaking the magic.
Oh, we gotta add that for part 2. That's
so
good.
We won't go into it, but like you could say like how people get upset, and I've had people approach me and be like, "Hey, your skin's showing," and I'm like, "So?" And they're like, "Breaking the magic."
Cool.
I'm like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. It's my experience, not yours.
Right?
That's a way bigger. Like that used to be such a bigger issue than it is.
It's not. Not as much anymore, but still.
Yeah, it's mainly like older furries in the UK for some reason that have such a big problem with poodling.
Yeah, the UK is big about it.
It's weird.
It's kind of funny.
Eurofurrents, or not Eurofurrents, one of them over there had a rule where it was like you couldn't poodle for a little bit. This was like years ago, but
I remember what you're talking about because as somebody who claims to be the king of poodling, because I just full suiting's a pain in the ass.
It really
it's a self-appointed thing. I remember that coming out and I attacked them on Twitter about it. I leaped into the conversation on that pretty hard. I was like, how can you require this? Let people are paying to go to your event to have fun, and you're gonna dictate how they have to have fun. This isn't like fucking a historically accurate Ren fair where you need to be dressed up as like an actual peasant or knight or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah. No.
To play devil's advocate, I could see why a Ren fair would require that.
That's right. That's what Solace is saying.
That's why I was like dictating. Like that makes more sense. Where you're supposed to be living in a different time. We're fucking
like
we're wearing foam and carpets. Stop.
If I like, arguably you're also wearing foam and carpets at a Ren fair. But if I were to try and play devil's advocate for the poodling thing, I literally can't because you're just fursuiting in a hotel. But at a Ren fair, there's this general agreement that we all are participating in like a fun little role play. And it fucking sucks that one guy when you're like, come hither, and then he's like, what up? And it's like, come on, man, like we're trying to do it, we're all trying to, we're all doing a thing right now. It's more fun if you play along.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's for fursuits too, it is more fun if you play along, but there are no rules.
Yeah.
Like, it's furry. You're in a convention. You're not at a dog park.
Yeah, it just comes down to, like, people being selfish and, like, you know, if you don't want a poodle, that's on you. That is A-okay. You know, suit how you want. If you expect other people to live up to that standard, that's extremely selfish, and you should focus on yourself, because you are now dictating how other people spend their time at the con, and how other people suit up for your enjoyment. Like, sorry, you know, Sparkles the unicorn that you've wanted to meet for 3 years now and take a picture with isn't wearing their hooves, you know? Oh no. Take a picture with them partialing anyway. Who cares? You got to meet them, you know? Fucking, I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's like, why are you dictating how other people spend their time? And that's that on that.
Yeah.
Both Solace and Ruby kind of gave etiquette things. I'll give one, I guess. Leave your Bluetooth speaker back at your hotel room.
Yeah.
Nope. I argue against this.
No,
really? Let's hear it.
Nope, I will. What's the problem?
What do you mean? What's the problem?
What's the
That's
problem?
a consent issue.
Okay, so then you can't talk out loud then. Because,
actually, a lot of times, it's polite to be more quiet in public space. So I would agree that you shouldn't be screaming and shit.
I think
that's because I guess I don't know. I think you should be able to listen to music out loud, like in public spaces.
It's not even a consent issue. It just fucking sucks that, like, 3 or 4 people decide that people within 100 feet vicinity need to listen to their shitty.
Well, that's why I say it's a consent issue.
Yeah,
those people have
fair.
not consented to listening to music.
I want to talk to the people. I've never met somebody who actually runs around with their Bluetooth speaker.
I want to
talk to them now. I want to now. I want to know their reasoning.
God, like, there's been a couple of exceptions.
Such an interesting interview to go.
I can also argue this, Misha. You literally said at Anthrocon that you were down because somebody was playing like Minecraft fucking music or whatever it was.
I said that was an exception because, like, they were
but hear me out. Like, just because it was fun for Misha does not mean it's fun for everybody else around, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you go to a rave, you're consenting to listen to that music.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to an orchestra, you're also consenting. Things like that. So that's why I think it's a consent issue. Even though music doesn't bother me. I like all types of music. Hell, I like background music. I wear headphones all the time for that reason.
Yeah.
But the reason you don't have speakers in public places is because not everybody wants to listen. A lot of furries, if we're talking about disabilities, just like we were with the elevator issue, some furries have auditory hearing issues or autism, which means they don't like to listen to any loud noises, people talking and speakers included.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you're deciding that everyone needs to listen to your music, whether they want to or not. And
I like listening to loud music, but I
do
like
too.
if I'm hiking, I will have a speaker with me, but if I see somebody, I turn it off.
Yeah. It'd be different if it was like quiet and like around a group of friends, and I'm walking by.
There's a difference between obnoxious and like a level of it's okay.
Oh yeah, because
I'm somebody who, and again, this is my, I guess, my side of it is like, I like background noise, and a lot of times I just don't have my own thing going on, so I appreciate just something going on in the background.
Oh, what's stopping you from using headphones then?
Because then I can't pay attention to my surroundings with headphones in.
Because I have this issue too, so I just put one in and then I turn it down real low.
It's because, like, I don't know. I just don't.
No, I get what you're saying. So, like,
I understand your argument, right? I am of the opinion that it's not as big of an issue as you guys immediately jumped out. It's like, oh, fuck those guys. It's like,
no, dude, those guys do really suck.
I don't think
like
so.
Comically, like it's kind of a meme solace that you don't like people with speakers.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is I think people make too big of a deal of it. I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
I'm not saying it's the end of the world, and I'm not saying it's the biggest deal. It's the loudest deal.
I think my argument is that some of them do make it like they are obnoxious and they are loud, but like I think that I've gone by plenty of them that where like it's at like a respectable level where like you hear them from like 20 feet away, but it's still not dominating it's like not dominating conversation, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the people that are blasting it.
Right, and there's like a couple of those, but I don't think a lot of people absolutely blast it.
We'll just
I
have to
think
agree to disagree on this.
you're gonna have to do a poll on this because I think it's over exaggerated. I mean I spent all of Anthrocon and I could maybe count on my one hand where the music was like very, very loud and obnoxious.
I spent a lot of time either in my hotel room or in a restaurant, because like that doesn't count because that's the restaurant. Even then, restaurant music is a little too
Okay,
loud
I can be a
sometimes,
dissenting opinion. That's fine.
Yeah. I was gonna say we don't have to agree on this at the end of the day.
Furry drama.
Furry drama.
I think it's just a respectful thing. I do think people do take it overboard. I think people can listen to music at a respectable level and not piss people off too.
Yeah, if it was just like a group of people like hanging out 20 feet, I walk by, I hear their music, I'm not gonna bitch. It's when it's like we're all waiting in line and someone's like, you know what would make this better? A Bluetooth speaker as loud as possible.
I was gonna say, actually, like LineCon, a fucking speaker is godsend. I love that. See, I'm so opposite because I don't have my own music usually blaring. So like, cool. Now I have music to listen to while I'm waiting in a line.
I'm the type of person that needs background music, but I need to choose the background music, or I'll hate it. We can all agree though that one Anthrocon where the person passed out like 3,000 squeakers, that was an L.
Oh,
like, we can all agree on that, right?
That was rough. That was a lot. There was so many squeaking. No, because it happened to MFF or something too.
Oh, it was MFF. It might have been MFF, but
I remember it happening, and I was like, God damn it!
All right, next topic.
My original first paws I bought were from Paw Star, and they had squeakers in them, and that was obnoxious.
Yeah,
that's where I tried not to squeak them that much.
That's where Misha's playing paws came from, and Rascals.
Right.
All right. Next topic.
I want to be said that that's why I added furry etiquette to the wheel, because there was contention in this own podcast. Yeah. Like, there is so much contention on what is and is not proper etiquette now.
Hey.
I personally really want to do like a video about it and
this is something me and Ruby will fight against.
What is it?
It's Tacticool.
Because I am of the opinion a furry con does not require nor should necessitate or facilitate quote-unquote cosplay weapons that look like real weapons and or tactical gear, because I think it takes away from the majority of the attendees' experience and can, in today's society and age, be more harmful than letting the person get to cosplay as a canine cop or whatever.
And I am under the impression that I don't like to put restraints on people's creativity at all. So if you want to roleplay or cosplay, furry conventions are the place to do that. And who am I to say what you can and can't roleplay? So long as there are safety measures involved, just like any convention, such as tags on your fake weapons, orange tips, yada 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 yada.
Right, but that's the thing is like the whole FWA situation is why I bring that up, is because it wasn't regulated well enough, and honestly, and people say this.
Well, the gun did have an orange tip, but that's what I was talking about. But
did it?
And
it's very hard to see. I think it should have been a little brighter, but it did have an orange tip. It's hard to see
in the video, but I'll say in real life that wasn't an issue. Unfortunately,
no. See, here's my argument against this though: is that it very well could have been an issue. There's a non-zero chance that somebody saw that, thought it was a real weapon, and could have attacked the person in self-defense thinking it was a real gun. And I think that's a problem.
I agree with you that like there are safety issues that need to be addressed with these types of very sensitive issues.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like the what if isms, because this actually did happen, and the most that happened was
my argument. Yeah, sorry.
Like the most that happened was people took like, hey, this is kind of coming close to crossing a line, which I agree with. I think it is coming close to crossing a line. However, I was at that convention and I saw it happen. It didn't cross a line in the sense that people verbally were like, that's inappropriate, just like they said on Twitter. But nobody, at least in my visible viewing area, nobody felt threatened. They in like real life, you could see it was a fake gun. It was a jest in absolutely poor taste, considering the current political climate. But no, it wasn't a. Nobody got traumatized, and I think if somebody had, they would have been vocal about it.
I don't think that at all. People could be going to, or they could be going to therapy for that shit. You don't know that.
I mean, yeah,
my argument
but they didn't. So again, that's a what ifism, and those are arguments that I love.
I know. My argument is that we got lucky that nothing bad happened. I think it did cross the line because the dumbass did point a gun at people.
That's where you lose me. Yeah,
it was pointed at a crowd in a very general way, but still, that's still incredibly frightening because I don't.
That's why I'm not saying this was a good thing.
I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to speak it into existence.
I'm not like I don't like this guy. I don't like the cosplayer who did it.
You guys know he's still like tweeting. Everybody has stopped talking about this months ago, and he's still tweeting about it.
I know. I don't like the guy.
It's like,
all.
Dude, you were...
again. It was a poor. It was a joke in poor taste to begin with, and the guy just proves that he's like further and further of that egg.
It's an intentional whore thing. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
It wasn't his weapon, and the person who actually did it, like, obviously gave a funny cosplayer weapon, regretted it immediately, and took it back.
Yeah, that's
and that's I think that's the more important issue to talk about is regulating people's cosplay props and shit. But the person who actually participated in this particular cosplay, he's not the one that did this.
Oh, that's true.
So, maybe there should be a rule that you're not allowed to give away your props. Maybe you have color matching prop to character. But I don't love that too, because I do think adults can be responsible with with plastic weapons. I don't want to completely restrict that either. I also think that community opinion matters in these opinions. We should all be very vocal that guy sucks and this was a bad joke. I don't think that means we have to ruin it for everybody. I think we can all agree that this was a shitty moment, and let's not do that again. I think other people watching him will be like, whoa, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get chastised for it. I think that's where community opinion matters. And it matters more than community policing.
Yeah.
I just think it's too much of a risk for reward kind of thing to me. If something ever terrible were to happen, then it's going to be banned across all boards anyways. So I would rather you just not have realistically looking weapons at my cons.
Yeah, I'm also like, I would rather not see it. It makes me uncomfortable to see it. I don't necessarily know if I agree that it should be banned. I think it should have an orange tip. It should have, I think they put like a ribbon on it or something.
Yeah, you gotta check it in.
They call it peace tags or whatever.
I think you should have to keep it holstered if it is a realistic looking weapon.
Because that's what they do. Well, how am I supposed to pose with my gun if it's in my holster?
Sucks. Well, if you're posing, I guess, but like, don't just walk around patrolling with it. That's a little weird. I'm gonna go as far as to say that's a lot of weird. That's my opinion on this whole thing. I just think it's fucking weird that you're going to a furry con.
I agree. I don't like guns, and I don't like to see them like that.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I've shot guns. Like, I'm very, very comfortable with guns. Oh, hang on. Somebody's calling me.
Oh boy.
Put a pause on there.
Put a pause.
Hello.
Misha, put a paw on screen that has paws on it.
Doing great.
I got you.
Wait, do you really?
Kinda. Oh, I can't. That's a paw.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow, we were getting cozy there for a second. What the hell? Oh, that's because we had Mark and Sai on. Yeah, so we had to get real cozy.
Smooshed in. Bark.
That's, dude, my whole big thing is I'm just like, man, they're just weird as fuck. I don't nah. Like,
I think it's just not the point of a furry convention, and all it does is make people uncomfortable.
I think
there's a few people that are like, "Oh, bro, sick AK that you look like you have." 99% are like, man, I hope that's not a real gun, and I'm not
Yeah.
gonna stick around to find out.
Yeah, like the body armor doesn't really bother me. If it's like a fursuiter wearing tactical gear, doesn't really bother me. If it's just a guy in tactical gear holding a fake gun, I'm a little on edge, you know? That's a little weird.
I don't think you need the gun for you
Yeah.
to be the military or the police. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You just
Yeah,
don't need it.
we can tell what you're doing, you know?
You can wear your vests, and I would be okay with that. It's
Yeah.
y'all keep it all just gets going to the extreme. Oh, I'm not gonna wear my vest. I'm gonna wear fucking dummy grenades on it too. It's like
Oh god, yeah.
no,
I'd
no.
be a little more like those are
God
obviously
forbid
fake.
some fucker actually decides to come to a furry convention and do something like that.
Yeah. Like if I saw somebody with like dummy grenades, I would assume they're fake, but like a gun, you just never fucking know.
Nope. Just walk up and pull the pin on the grenade. We're gonna find out, motherfucker, together.
Well, I have returned.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I thought there was like an emergency because they never call me. So
Oh.
she's just like, "Oh, you're great. We love you. You're worth your weight in gold. How's Gus doing?" I was like, "He's doing great. I don't know how many pictures of a dog lying down I could send you, man."
30 more.
All right. Do we want to move on to the next topic, or do we want to continue on this one?
Say we move on.
All right. Oh, I gotta pull up the wheel.
See if we can get a couple more.
Okay, I'll pull up.
I pull out. What?
Hey yo. We got
No puppies for Solace. Hey yo.
baby furs and ABDL.
Hey!
Hey.
We needed to touch on this topic.
Did we though?
Well, considering it's relevant because of the furry drama wheel.
Oh boy. Yeah.
It's been recent.
Yeah, it's like every few months people decide, "Hey, diapers are bad now, and I'm going to make this my personality for a week about how much I hate it." And then they go back to grinding on Fortnite, and then they're over it. Yeah,
It's me. I'm grinding on Fortnite.
Actually, so I wanted to say this. So you're talking about furry TikTok drama, and I saw a take that was bad. So basically, somebody used that. It's the audio where it says, "If you had to choose between Trump and Biden, who would you vote for?" And he said, "But you have a gun to your head. Who
I
would
think
you
I
vote
saw
for?"
the
And he says,
same
"The
take.
gun." And he goes, "The gun will go off." Get it? Because they wouldn't choose.
Yeah.
Well, somebody made a really bad take where they put, they said if you had to choose to hang out between, they listed, I think it was like Nazi fur, zoophile, or they said feral, which is another topic on here.
Yeah, that is.
And a baby fur, but they used the audio, meaning they would rather get shot than hang out with all three of them. And it's like, well, but one of these isn't like the others. And they actually, in their comments, did like rectify that, but it was also like, this is a bad take. You should probably delete this, actually. Because it's like, bro, don't loop baby furs in with zoophiles and Nazis.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, that shit is insane.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's one of my big things is like whenever this drama comes up, they're just immediately like compared to the big P word we can't say.
Mhm.
And it's just like, no, you are sanitizing such an awful word and throwing it at people who don't deserve it, which harms both those people and people who are actually affected by that. Because now you're watering down a word to the point where, like, if people see people get called that word, they might not even flinch. They might just be like, oh, well, you know, they're not actually.
I feel like that's happened to Zoophile, honestly. But
Yep,
that's the exact
that is my
point
next point. Yep, where it's
That is
like
the exact point.
it's like
Is-
people have done this. Anti-furs do this to furries all the time, where it's like, oh, you like furries, you're a zoo, and it's like, no, believe it or not, you know.
Right. It's the exact concept of just because you are a furry does not mean you are attracted to animals.
Yeah.
And even if there's a bad, case here or there where there were furries that also did do these things, does not represent the entire group. You're doing the same thing, but to baby furs or age regressors in general.
Yeah.
Because it's not a just fandom-oriented thing. Age regression is across the board. Hell, there was a... what was it?
The wheel again.
What do you call it? Was it My Strangest Addiction or something like that? They did an episode on that. Where literally the person worked like a 9 to 5 like accounting job, 40-hour weeks, held down the bills, had a boyfriend and everything. And what they did is they would come home and they would age regress.
Hell yeah.
And the big thing that they called it is they said it was like a coping mechanism for something. They had a therapist, they had talks about it.
Yeah.
And it was a healthy way for them to cope with certain things and past traumas.
That was
and
we're good.
not,
Sorry.
I'm gonna say like not all age regressors are in that boat, but it's one of those concepts of if it doesn't hurt you and it's not harming people, let people be them.
Yeah.
Do their own thing,
Yeah, you're 100% right on. A lot of people do use age regression. It is a coping mechanism for either past traumas or a childhood they didn't get to experience. Let's say that like they were always having to take care of younger siblings or something and just like didn't get to be a child. There's a lot of cases where 1,000,001 things can happen to where you kind of lose that childhood. So a lot of people will use ABDL and age regression to try and recapture that and just like get that time that they didn't have. And some people just like doing it, bust out a coloring book, watch Bluey. Hell yeah, like who cares? Like Solace is saying, if it doesn't hurt you, who cares? And like if it's between consenting adults, who cares? Who cares how they do it? Who cares if it's safe for work, NSFW? Who cares how they get their rocks off? It's just such a non-issue that comes up every 3 months where people are like, oh, I'm deciding that like these are the worst people in the world just because they have a kink I don't like. That's perfectly fine. Just ignore it. Just look away. Just, if it's not your thing, A-okay. Everybody's got their own things, but just to sit there and demonize them and throw that P word at them every single time, like, that sucks, man. And just like, there was one more thing I wanted to say, and it has just left my brain.
I need to cut really quick. So, my mind immediately went to this. I have a problem if you have two minor coded characters doing sexual things with each other.
That falls under Cub, and that is an issue with me too. Yeah.
So my issue, or my only worry is when you said, who cares if two consenting adults, I worry that that's going to be misconstrued with that as well.
Yeah.
You didn't specifically say like, oh, it's two adult characters doing ABDL stuff.
No, I think how he said it was good. Like two adults.
I was meaning like
I was
meeting up
not two adults in role play or two characters on paper. We're talking about human adult role playing.
Yeah, human adults. Yes.
Okay, future Misha. That's why I said cut. If you go back and it does sound weird, you know what to do.
Well, I think we could. I think we could leave the clarification in. Honestly, like.
I just leave this whole in. Leave the whole bit in. I do want to
clarify that, like, if you are getting art of like two or even just one, honestly, underage characters like getting up to NSFW stuff, that is a little more weird. That's that starts to cross a line.
I will say that I have I hate that I like started that there. Like, well, like I'm gonna rebut this. I agree with both of you. Okay. What I was saying is, I think, unfortunately, just due to the nature of furry art, because I don't mind seeing ABDL art of two obvious adult characters role-playing. I think of a particular artist who I won't name names because I don't want them to get harassed or anything, but like they do comics of adults role-playing, doing this, and sometimes they do get sexual, but it's so very clear that they're adults who
I think I know who you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure you would.
Send it to me.
But okay. Misha's like, I know who it is, but just in case, will you DM me?
It's not.
I just want to double check.
I'm not. Yeah. Sure, Jen.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say if not, Misha's got new material.
There we go.
It's funny because I am not baby fur. I've never been into it, but I know so many of them. In fact, I once dated somebody as they were learning that they were a baby fur.
Well, that's the other thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they're everywhere, dude. Everybody.
Oh yeah, they are fucking. If you hate baby furs, you will be shocked at how you're shit talking. I've been at that convention in that friend circle when one of my friends is shit talking baby furs. And I'm like eyeballing the three across from me, and we're all on the same level.
So
Right?
basically, to say this again, if your first thought when you hear baby fur is, oh, they're the P word and or they're like attracted to children, that's something you need to break because that's not that community.
How
Yeah.
I feel about it is if you hear baby fur and you think then you're a hypocrite because a lot of people think the same way about you just saying you're a furry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, damn it, Ruby, you said the word we've been
Yeah,
avoiding. Now I
you
gotta
literally
censor that.
you have to.
Well, you didn't want to say we didn't
No,
we
no,
have
no,
to
no,
say
no, no.
baby.
You can't say
No.
baby fur.
You said the P word. We've been avoiding saying that.
Oh my god, have we? I
Yeah.
missed that.
Listen,
I cannot.
I felt like I said it once, but I don't remember.
Oh.
But yeah,
It's just yeah.
yeah, we're gonna keep saying for a little bit here.
I can feel editing Misha selecting all of this and cutting it as we speak.
Probably.
No, it's just like trying to figure out how to say or what I was gonna say. Oh, back to the like, there are so many baby furs out there, dude. There's like,
Oh yeah.
there's a quote where it's all of your favorite fursuiters wear diapers. And I don't think some of you realize how true that is. Where it's like, it's been crazy how many people where it's like, you find them, and then you find their account, and you're like, oh, I had no idea.
They're in my own experience, there were a lot more than I had expected. Yes.
Yeah, like, there was somebody, I won't say names, but somebody like posted about them being ABDL because they posted a picture of their fursuit head next to a diaper, and that caused a huge influx of people to post about it and just be like, yeah, this is who I am. And it was a lot of people, man. There was there were people I would have never expected. There were some where it was like, okay, I can see that, but there were a lot of where it was like, I would have never guessed.
That's what kind of got me. I'd seen some of these people because I'm gonna go back to that TikTok I saw. I'd seen a couple of the other TikToks and they seemed like they had some pretty good takes and stuff like that. So when I saw that, I was like, wow. I don't know if I think that's kind of a shitty take.
Yeah.
Like, why would you lump that group of people in with those two Nazis and fucking Zoof?
Yeah, that's just a crazy.
Like that's a problem.
Yeah. But
Dude.
that's my spiel on that. Is who cares what people are doing behind closed doors? Also, baby furs throw the most lit parties. Like, oh, I don't want to hang out with a baby fur. You're fucking missing out, dude.
You're biased.
You're biased. I can test
fair.
that.
Ruby also said they could testify to that.
Fuck.
So I'm right.
Here. I both testify and contest to it. And here's my stance. There are so many fucking baby furs that no shit they're gonna be at the coolest party.
Yeah.
If the coolest people are also baby furs, then they're gonna have the coolest party.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think this is a. I think Misha's suffering from confirmation bias.
Well, okay. I didn't mean they like throw the most lit parties imaginable. Just that they throw good parties, you know. Like,
I will say this:
there.
Anybody who's kinky, best parties. Send tweet.
True.
The kinky people throw the good parties, and not even the kink parties. Like I'm talking like the luau's, dog.
Bro, I went to this party at Furlandia.
The gays was organized. Okay, go ahead.
This party just fucking sucked, dude. It was not good. It was like, I guess people were like banging in the next room, and it was not related. It was one of those weird hotels where it's got like that door in between them, but it was not related to the party, quote unquote party we were having, because Argo and I brought drinks, and we were just like, dude, I kind of want to be in that other room. Like, this fucking sucks. So we just went back to our hotel room. I'm pretty sure that person wasn't a baby fur, so that's a tick in the baby furs throw lit parties. They could have, I don't know. Somebody else say something.
No.
I was like, man, I'm rambling. Help. All right, should we move on? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could do 1 or 2 more.
Let's try to go for at least one more because I'm not sure how much going to get cut. Just know that, like as said, there's a really high chance that your favorite fursuiter pads up.
All right. Our last topic for today, unless we speed through it, and in which case it'll be our second to last.
I only
need
got
to
one
pull
more
the-
in me, dog.
All right. Spin the wheel. Woo.
Let's go, wheel.
Da, 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 da. Sexism and misogyny. I'm almost certain I spelled misogyny wrong. Oh,
Definitely
They
spelled
had-
misogyny wrong.
I don't know how to spell it.
I'm pretty sure Discord just committed misogyny.
Yeah,
Discord just did a misogyny.
That's
No, I was just
amazing.
Like, fuck me,
dude. Okay, Discord misogynistic real?
No, I said I'm out.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh.
like sexism, misogyny, and Discord just like cut the only
Kicked.
non-male
Well, I
in the
mean-
room.
I mean, you shouldn't be in the fandom, Ruby. Sorry.
Whoa.
I know.
No,
Yeah.
that's the thing is like,
You should be in the. Yeah, no, they better be going to the kitchen where they belong.
whoa, whoa, slap a slash, say psych right now. Say psych
Slash-
right now.
/J.
There we
Slash-
go. Ruby's
If
coming back,
anybody
right?
ever, I mean,
There
it's
we go.
great to clip that out of context. Did you bring my sandwich back?
God damn.
Oh,
We've
Ruby.
created a monster. You left for like 5 seconds, and it became two
Yeah.
dudes with microphones, and Solace is already just
And Solace is
misogynistic as fuck.
definitely the one that you would want, you'd expect to wear a lot of red and a hat that says MAGA.
I could give you a hat. I am God
The
here.
problem is I know what misogyny is, so it's easy to say it, but I shouldn't.
Oh, you absolutely shouldn't. For clarification, obviously, Solace is joking. There
Oh,
are people out
absolutely.
in this community who are not. You mainly hear it. This mainly happens. Well, not mainly, but it happens a lot in the pup community.
Actually, a lot of it, and I think Ruby can attest to this, is it's a weird factor of the gay community.
Yes. Us
That-
gays are pretty fucking misogynistic. Not me though. Y'all stay safe. But like,
It's a weird thing where it's like because you can't sleep with them because they're not a guy, they get hated on for it.
Yeah,
It's-
they, like,
what?
dehumanize them. This also happens to trans men.
Mhm.
Where it's like a lot of gay men and a lot of gay pups will be like, "Oh, I hate pussies. Ew, vaginas, gross, blah." And it's like that's pretty fucked up.
misogyny.
You can have a preference, but goddamn, don't sit there and just like dehumanize somebody for
Don't-
something they were born with.
For fucking anatomy. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I got some dirty old man pinched my ass at work the other day.
Oh, that's
you take the
awesome,
fingers?
man. That's
No, dude.
I just love that. That's
And I think like it sucks too because this also happens to my partner when it comes to shit like that. When somebody asks you about like being oppressed as any type of minority,
Mhm.
right? It sucks when people are like, "Oh, like did you show him?" No, because 90% of the time you don't want to be that guy. It is not the victim's responsibility. It's
Mm.
the best case scenario if like I was going to use Andy as an example, but I'll use myself to respect his personal space and privacy and shit. But like if you see a woman getting assaulted, do not cheer for her when she has to stand up for herself. That sucks for her.
yeah.
You should be standing up for her.
Yeah.
It's awful
No,
she's
no,
in
no,
that
you should
position
be
to
making
start
the
with.
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be standing up. Be the ally.
This
Because
happens.
people like not doing anything about it, people being quiet or subtle, that's not them being weak or meek or anything like that. That's them just trying to fucking make their way in the world.
Well,
You also don't want to be called one of those women who makes a big scene out of something.
I mean,
You just don't do anything.
arguably, confrontation can be even more dangerous.
It can, yeah. No, it is
So-
not the victim's responsibility.
That
No,
is-
not at all.
That is a big thing we should discuss. Is like misogyny just exists in the world.
No, it
it's
does.
awful.
Well, I think one of the most pointed out thing is how guys are so quick to the male population are so quick to either hit on, ask for the number of, or be just incredibly more forward with their language, let alone physical touching without consent
yeah,
towards AFAB people.
yeah,
Versus they will be the first to bitch and moan about gay bars and being hit on by a dude.
yeah. It's
Or they'll say I can't I get weird. Or you'll hear them say like, "Oh, I'm not comfortable with going into a bathroom with a gay guy because I'm afraid he's looking. And it's like, Jesus Christ, you are now experiencing what it
Bro.
is to be a woman, but a woman deals, or a AFAB, whatever, deals with 24/7.
Yeah,
I would
and
say it's
like,
not even that bad because they pull that out of their ass sometimes. They're not thinking about it constantly because they're not actually
No.
threatened. You are not threatened in the gym by the twink who you assume is looking at you but actually isn't.
yeah,
Right.
I have never gone into a bathroom and gave a shit what anyone else in there was doing. I am there. I'm there to piss, dude. I'm there to piss and
Gave a
get out
shit.
as soon as
There's something
possible.
there.
I'm just like, I am uncomfortable being there. And you walk in, I'm not like, oh, I wonder what's going on downstairs. I'm like, just look straight forward, pee, finish, get out of here. Just go. I have never once been like, I wonder what the person next to me's packing. Ooh, you know, like, no. If any like cishet males are listening to this, that doesn't happen. Just don't just go in there, pee, and leave. Why, you know. But yeah, it's weird because like the furry community will just like, we'll all be vibing, and then somebody will just say something blatantly sexist. Like there was the anti-women spray that like they put on the like boy kisser meme, where it's just like,
Yeah. where
Yeah,
Bro, what the
what the
shit?
fuck was with
They,
that?
they copped that meme and changed it. Yeah.
yeah,
Girl, no.
yeah, no. And it's just like shit like that, where it's like, why are you making this? Why are you doing this? Like,
I mean, in general, it's just the concept of being objectified, right? You're not,
yeah,
it is for that person, you're being objectified either negatively or positively. Positively can be seen as, again, so like somebody, that old man groping or pinching your ass, that's an objectified. You're not being seen as a human at that point. You're being seen as something completely different. It's bullshit.
see, you let off on positive, and then you started talking about that, and I was like, I'm dying to see how this is a positive thing, but that's not what you meant. I was just like,
Oh, well,
whoa.
so it's positive in their agenda.
Oh,
The
okay.
positive
They see it as
objectification.
okay. Got
They're
it.
positively thinking that you're in your way, like, oh, I am attracted to you, thus. But
Oh man,
they're not seeing you as a woman or as a person. They're seeing you as
an object, yeah.
yeah,
They're gonna love when I do
good.
this, and just fucking
Mm.
yeah. It's just
And
like,
then you see this like you see all this hate, like you were talking about how just randomly like people start popping off about, oh, women don't belong in the fandom stuff, and then like AFAB make up like such a massive portion of all of our artists, our
yes,
fursuit makers,
that was my next point.
crafty things. Jesus Christ, we would not survive without the
Dude,
AFAB community.
we would not have like, I'm gonna argue we would not have 3/4 of the fursuit makers in the fursuits we have.
You
We
wouldn't
would
have
not
Solace,
have a majority of the art without,
makers, AFAB.
yeah, without women creators in the community.
Curious, Ruby.
Mm.
Are your maker, because you have suits not made just by yourself.
I was gonna say, didn't Ruby make
I'm
Ruby?
curious. Let's poll.
I've got a shit ton of suits.
I want to know the poll. How many of our suits were made by AFAB?
Both Misha and Rascal were made by AFAB creators. I believe they both identify as women. I would have to double check.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like, I want to make sure I'm inclusive. I don't want to say the wrong terminology.
Oh, you're good.
I can't remember what suits I have.
You're one of those furries? You have too many.
All of my
in the
suits are
closet.
made by queer people for sure.
Oh
Fair.
yeah.
Most of
Walt-
them are made by AFAB people.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, if you're a gay man listening to this, the jokes about you girls, you know, those aren't funny. Grow up. Like,
No, yeah, absolutely.
Women, no girls allowed. Like, dude, are you 5? Come on. Like, you know, we are all trying to exist in the same.
It wasn't funny when you were 5. It just makes you think. It makes me think you like girls.
Oh, it was hilarious when I was 5. That
No,
shit
dude,
was the
it makes me
funniest
think
thing
you
I
like
said.
girls because all those people are like, ew, girls. They only say it about the girl they like, dog.
I did. But it was
See,
funny
that's
because
what
I
I'm
was like,
saying!
haha, I'm denying it. Ooh, reverse psychology.
Yeah.
But now I'm
Well, I
27
can't
just
let-
trying to get
I-
through life, and I'm sick of hearing it.
I can't let her know that I might possibly have a crush and or like her. I can't possibly.
Yeah.
That's scary. Ooh woo.
It is scary. It's
By the way,
terrifying.
everybody out there, I'm single.
Solace is like, yeah, there's some real misogynists in the community. Not me though. I'm just gonna throw my number in the comments if any of you need someone to
I'm
talk to.
pan, so like I'm just gonna leave this. You know where my Telegram is.
I'm just gonna leave this here.
I'm scared. I'm scared now.
But no,
Partially another drama we could talk about later, but we need to wrap this up. Is like fursuit titty. Just
Like-
let people like the suits that have the
bro, I
actual,
fucking love
like,
those suits, man. Why would you
Yeah.
hate those?
I
but
like
no, that's
super abs
controversial.
and suits with tips. It is. It is controversial.
It's controversial, and 90%.
People are like, "Are tits a sexual thing?" They
right.
aren't.
I was gonna say it's a sexualized thing, but that comes into that concept of honestly misogyny.
Yeah, like
Feet are sexual too, and here
I
you
was gonna
all
say,
are with your fucking dogs out.
like I think inherently they're not sexual. I think there are like actions or things you can do that make them sexual. Like you
Yeah.
were saying
Same
with
thing,
feet,
like-
where it's like some people that becomes a sexual thing. It's just like
It's like
There's
looking
this
at-
study, and I learned about it watching Philosophy Tube. But there's this study, and they took naked pictures of women and men, and next to like oiled legumes being like bell peppers and shit,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
very, very like sensual photos of legumes, and very just pictures of naked people. And almost everybody agreed that the legumes were sexier than the naked people. It's almost like we're not sexualizing, like bodies aren't inherently sexual. It's like the vibe that's
it was
sexual.
the oils and
Mm.
stuff.
The drapery,
I
the
was
shine.
just that hurts me inside because I was about to pull out an example. It's like, it's misogyny because you think female breasts are sexual, but you will make the comment of like the male lifeguard with his shirt off and has the washboard abs that you want to lick. That's not sexual. The fuck it is. Well, then I was like, shit, oil.
there is there is like a slight double standard sometimes, not necessarily in the furry community, but like, well, probably in the furry community, but like I saw it with the Olympics in like 2020, I think, where it was people
Always fun.
like talking about how you shouldn't sexualize people just existing in their bodies.
Mhm.
And then, it was BuzzFeed. I remember now. It was BuzzFeed. They had an article where it was like, you shouldn't sexualize the women athletes, which is true. 1000% do not do that. That's weird. And then the next post was like, 15 Olympic bulges that had us going.
I think I saw that. I think I saw
Yeah.
the article talking about these two articles right next to each
Yeah.
other.
And it was just like, brother.
I would love to think that BuzzFeed was doing it on purpose.
Maybe.
You hope.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't think BuzzFeed is that clever. I'm not gonna give them credit for that.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
not
they're that
either.
clever either.
But yeah, so just don't be a misogynist. Women creators in this community are responsible for so much of the creative aspect. And even if they weren't, let them exist in this space. I know that, the furry community is a lot of gay men. That doesn't mean women don't exist in this community. That doesn't mean they don't deserve a space to thrive. And it just
you can't
sucks.
sleep with that person because it
Yeah.
doesn't fall into your thing. Doesn't mean they don't get the equal rights. That's
Yeah.
just what it comes down to.
The
Same
silver
respect,
lining,
same equality. Let it go. Shit.
the silver lining to this is every time there's a post that are like, ew, women suck, there's always an influx of AFAB and women furries being like, hey, share your stuff in this thread. And like, it's a great way for AFAB furry creators to promote what they have. So silver lining, that always happens every single time as like a sort of retaliation, which is good. I wish it didn't have to be a retaliation, but yeah, it's just stop, just stop.
Stop, just stop. Love
Yeah.
that. Quote of the day.
Bark,
And on
meow.
that note, I love
Treat everybody with respect.
Let's also stop.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say,
been long enough.
It's been
Fucking
1 week since you looked in.
dude. Other than skipping the after bark, man, we've been given the extra long episodes lately.
There was an error, Patreon. What?
You're an error.
That's actually bad. Okay. Why can't I log into the Patreon?
Oh, man.
All right, somebody else. I can't seem to log in.
Ruby.
I don't want to do it.
Okay, I'll try. I haven't logged in years.
Oh, Patreon's down.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably Patreon itself.
Patreon as a whole is down. I know how to do this. I'm pulling up DaVinci. I have a list of them in my video files.
I was gonna say,
copy and paste
or arguably you just go to YouTube. Yeah, Patreon's 500 error down. It's down.
Oh, it's down for everybody. Okay. Well, the Patreon's paid for it. We're still gonna deliver. As soon as DaVinci Resolve boots up. Okay. Okay, I gotta scroll down a little bit. No, I don't. Wait a minute. I can just click on the newest episode.
That's what I do.
Hashtag not my Elon. Good episode, by the way. I felt good about that one. All right. I gotta get to the end of the episode. There we go. Okay.
It's brand.
All right. This is gonna be out of order. But thank you to Firefox. Thank you to Coraline R. Thank you to Kai. Thank you to Quinn.
Wait. I was told I have to do a bit every Patreon read now. So what's this?
Wait, what? No. That was just that one episode.
Oh, the chat liked it.
Solace, we're up to an hour and a half. Let me go. Let me be free. It's 90 degrees in this damn room.
I know. I've had the AC turned off the whole time. It's starting
I have
to get
to.
in here. All right, fine, go.
Thank you to Firefox. Thank you to Coraline R. Thank you to Kai. Thank you to Quinn. Thank you to Carnelian Fox, Steam Pony and Ankara, Pip the Badger, Heartless Heroes, Sycamore, Bowie Barks, Simply Lego, Landon Yeen, Loriafia, Naz, Zombie Brains, Bogey Brava, Emburion, Little Man, and Argo.
Thank you for being our friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for that.
For those of you
lovely
watching
support.
Yeah. Thank you. And for those of you watching and listening on either YouTube or Spotify, just thank you so much. You're the reason we're able to do this. You're the reason we're able to just bullshit every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Speaking of 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Friday at the same time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we premiere these. And if you're here for that premiere, you already know too much. We're going to have to take you out back. But if you're not here for that, we do this, and then afterwards we do an Afterbark episode. And this is basically an extra episode live. Okay, Ruby's got the gun ready. And we that just like threw off my entire train of thought. And so we do an Afterbark. What?
What's an Afterbark?
An Afterbark is basically an extra episode where I get your joke, it sucks. We just basically talk live, unedited, uncut, unadulterated, unfiltered, and we get to just chat the whole time. So if you want to be here for that, then be sure to check out our YouTube. If you're listening to this on Spotify, there's so much to say now. If you're listening to this on Spotify, check out our YouTube, and you should see the premieres Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bada bing, bada boom, we got there. We're at the end of the episode. There will be a part 2 because we still have topics we didn't go over.
There'll be many parts to the future. I can't tell you if it's going to be the next episode. It could be a month from now. It could be 3 months from now. It'll still be relevant because it's the Furry Wheel of Drama.
That's the best part. We could just drop this.
Put down your favorite drama we didn't talk about because we'll just put it in another episode.
Yeah.
So
I'll write them down.
Yeah. Like, comment, or subscribe, or Ruby's finger might slip on that.
Oh, on the gun. Okay, I was like, what?
Hey!
I understood what you were saying.
Yeah, Ruby got the assignment.
Have a good night, guys. Anything you guys want to say? Oh, shit.